by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, fight. Damn right. Even when I've left,
All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. I am your host, Franco Zavala. Thank you very much for joining me. This is episode 142 of the show. Stand by. I'm just rolling on a lot of wires here. Want to send a quick shout out to all of you watching here on YouTube and all of you listening to the show. You guys have really humbled me in a way that I wake up every morning grateful for the ability to speak to you through my experiences and to share with you some of the knowledge, some of the things that I've learned along the way, over the past 11, 12 years as a stepdad, and to 5 wonderful kids, as well as things that I've learned in the last week being a stepdad. I mean, it's a revolving door. Always something new, always new ways to grow and to be better. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So, okay guys, today's episode is, it's about, it's going to be, I'm trying to figure out the best way to deliver this, right? So when stepdads, or when men in general, when we enter into a blended family, we have this, like I said, we have this vision of what we believe that it's going to look like, how it's going to unfold. We know that there are kids in the family, a wife that is going to be dealing with some trauma and there's ways that she needs to mend her heart in certain ways, building trust, etc. And so do the kids. So when we step into our blended family, because a lot of us have no idea what we're doing, there technically is not a manual for this, and there is not really a step-by-step booklet on how to enter a blended family and how to succeed in 3 months and how to establish in 1 year and how to, it just doesn't exist, because we all have different scenarios that we're going through. Some have bio dads, some have 2 bio dads, some have no dads, family members that are amazing, family members that suck. So when we enter these families, when we enter our blended family, we have this, I'm trying to think of the word. We have this thing in our head where we feel like everybody owes us. Like they should be fucking grateful that we're here. We stepped into this family. We don't need to be here. And because a lot of us think like that, we start and we begin our journey with this chip on our shoulder. Kind of like everybody needs to value me. Everybody should be respecting me. You should be lucky that I'm even here. And that's because we make it about ourselves. Instead, that's today's episode. Today's episode is real simple. It's not about you. This has nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with your partner. This has everything to do with the kids. This has everything to do with their development and growth and how you're connecting and communicating and establishing relationships with your blended family. When you make it about yourself, you automatically assume that everybody owes you. You assume that everybody should be grateful and thankful for you. When in reality, the kids didn't fucking ask for you. You fell in love with your partner. You are a secondary thought to the kids in the beginning. Matter of fact, they're looking with judgment eyes for a while. My oldest daughter, when I entered my blended family, was 11, 12 years old. No, 10, 11 years old. Jeez. And I don't think I gained the respect of her until, it took me 2.5 years before she finally really let me in. Again, she didn't ask for me. And I didn't ask for her, to be perfectly honest with you. I fell in love with mom. When I fell in love with mom and I knew she had 5 kids, first was overwhelmed. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to go from no kids to 5 kids, and it's overnight. And then when I kind of moved past it's all about me, and I remembered that these kids lost their dad, or these kids are now in a divided family where they're spending weekends every other weekends, and mom and dad are so immature that they're continuously fighting with one another and about custody, about raising, about parenting, about everything. And the kids are stuck in the middle. I think that's what we forget as stepdads. We come in and we want to solve problems. We come in and we want to be the hero. We come in and we want to be like, we want to let everybody know that we're there and we came to save the day. But that is far from the truth. You know, we want to also defend them. Let's say that they were in a really, let's say you're in your blended family and mom and bio dad have to deal with each other every week and they fucking hate each other. Maybe they cheated, maybe they just weren't, whatever it might be. You're going to immediately want to defend mom. You're going to immediately want to defend your honor. And God forbid stepdad, or God forbid bio dad talks about you behind your back or speaks badly about you to other family members, or maybe he even fucking goes online and speaks bad about you. I mean, you're going to make it, he can't do that to me. But we losing sight about the importance of it's the kids that matter. Remember, the kids didn't ask mom and dad to split up. The kids didn't want mom and dad to split up, I'm assuming. I mean, nobody wants to live in a divided family. Nobody wants to spend Christmases and holidays at two separate homes. As much as kids will say like, "Oh, we get more presents," trust me, it's just not true. So when we can stop making it about ourselves and we can make it about the kids and understanding that the trauma that they went through, it is our job and our responsibility to try to help them navigate through that trauma so they can become productive adults. Stop fighting with bio dad. Stop defending the honor of your wife because, you know, family members don't like her anymore. I don't fucking know. Whatever scenario you're going through, stop going against the grain. Is what I'm saying. Stop trying to argue and fight and defend. Instead, shut up and listen. Listen to the worries of your kids. Listen to the worries of your partner. You got to go back to you, right? You got to go back and understand that, you know, who you were before you entered that blended family is somebody that defended and was angry and had the ability to be vindictive. It needs to be totally separate. It needs to be different because the kids need someone that they can count on and depend on. And that is what you need to become, stepdads. You need to become an individual that they can look at, connect with, call, email, however they're going to communicate, and know that you're going to respond and you're going to show up. Stepdads, it's not about you. It never has been. It's not about you. Your job is to work on you. Your job is to better the relationship with you and your partner. Your job is to learn to communicate with the kids by just listening. It's not about you. It's about mending. It's about being like this figure within the home that is a shining light, that is bright, and that brings hope and joy and love and togetherness. And it can't happen all the time. I get it. We all have shitty days. We all have bad days. We're all going to get in arguments with our partner. We're all going to have days where, you know, the kids just don't get it. I mean, for me, it was 2 years into my relationship with my wife before we got married, and I'm in the home, and my daughter Emma and I are kind of in an argument, and she gives me the whole, "You can't talk to me like that. You're not my real dad." And boom, it just hit me. Like, it ripped my heart out, because if she only knew how hard I was trying to be the person for her, I don't know. I don't think she would have said that. But I mean, they're kids, and kids say shit. And we all fear that. You can't talk to me. You're not my real mom. You're not my real dad, etc. And for those who haven't really worked on themselves, they would take that and they will go into some sort of an anger, depression, resentment. And they would, I don't know, so a lot of you would take it out on them. Like it's their fault. But it's not, because it's not about you. It's about them. So instead of doing, instead of reacting the way I wanted to react, because again, it killed me, I just responded in a different way. And for me, my way is creativity. I decided to sit down and write a story about my daughter, Emma, so that she can read down the line and understand I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. I don't have all the answers. But what I made a promise to her. And my promise to my stepdaughter was this: I will not make it about me. I will not. When I entered my family, I was 32, 33 years old. I'm 44 now. I think I'm around there as far as with how old I was. But like, I've already lived that amount of years in this world. I should know better to not argue with a kid who doesn't know any better. Again, they're gonna do what they think they should do, or there's not a filter, right? They kind of just say shit. And for stepdads, or for parents in general who aren't trained and haven't established and developed this mindset, you will react instead of responding. And when you learn to respond, then you can learn to respond with creativity. So when you deal with situations, whether it's mom who just doesn't trust you yet, kids who don't want to talk and share with you yet, remember that it isn't, and it will never be about you. If you're doing your job, it won't be. They have to get past their own demons. They have to get past their own hurts and fears and doubts. I mean, remember, the person in their life who they call dad, again, whether he's alive or dead, or he's there or not, he's in jail or down the road, that person was their person, meaning they knew that they can, it's that security, right? It's that that's my pops, it's my dad, I can depend on him. I trust him. And then when he's no longer there, they start to lose hope and they start to lose faith. And our job as stepdads is to bring back hope, bring back faith, and show up, be there. So remember this, stepdads, as you kind of continuously move forward through the rest of this year, and you begin next year. If you are struggling to connect with the kids, if you are struggling to really build that relationship with your partner that you can be proud of, if you're struggling with yourself, your own demons, take a step back, write down, it's not about me. Fold it up, put it on a little, check this out, put on a little Post-it thing here. It's not about me. Fold it up, put it in your pocket. And every time you want to fucking react or respond or get angry or get upset or take it personal, just remember it's not about you. If you're doing your job and you're diligent in your growth personally, then it will never be about you. Okay? It will never be about you. And that's the takeaway today, stepdads. Focus on what's important. Don't take things personal. And remind yourself, remember, I'm gonna post it. It's not about me. All right, guys. That's episode 142. Be well. God bless. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Listen, if you know a stepdad who is in need of any of this information, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and share this episode with them as fast as possible. Did you do it? Okay, you did it.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.